The sorceress uses her magic to stop Joringel and pulls him back into the treasure room. There's a strange glow in her fingers as she tries to take the enchanted flower from him. But just then the king arrives. Sensing danger, the sorceress disappears immediately. Taking advantage of the moment, Joringel escapes once again and hides in another room of the palace. Meanwhile, the sorceress appears before the king once more. Her eyes carry not just anger but a deep, aching pain. She looks at the king and says, "Once I truly loved you, but your greed made you betray me. You stole this flower from me." The king laughs coldly. He says, "None of that matters to me anymore. This flower's power has made me the richest man alive. And that's all I care about." Hearing this, the sorrow in the sorceress's eyes deepens. Meanwhile, Joringel had already escaped the palace with the magical flower and was rushing into the forest. As the king searches for Joringel, he goes to the fortune teller Ella. But Ella firmly tells him that Joringel never came there. The king doesn't believe her, but without wasting more time, he continues toward the village. The sorceress, on the other hand, is determined to prove that Joringel does not truly love Jorinda. Using her magic, she disguises herself and appears before Jorinda and Joringel. She tells him that Jorinda no longer loves him and doesn't want to stay with him. Hearing this, Joringel's heart breaks. But before he can respond, he hears Tully screaming in the distance. Without a second thought, he runs toward the voice. When he arrives, he finds the king has taken the entire village hostage. Tully is tied to a tree. Helpless, Joringel hands over the magical flower to the king. But true to his nature, the king tries to kill Joringel even after getting the flower. That's when Jorinda steps in and begs the sorceress to save him. She promises that if the sorceress saves Joringel, she will stay in the palace with her forever. The sorceress smiles softly and, without hesitation, turns the king into a stone statue. She then warns Joringel, "If you ever use this magical flower..." That's when Tully tells him he saw the sorceress shapeshift with his own eyes. Joringel finally realizes the truth, that it was all a trick. Without wasting another moment, he runs toward the magical fortress. Standing before its enchanted wall, he uses the flower. The wall shatters from the flower's power, but the curse takes hold. Joringel is now an old man, and the flower withers away. With trembling steps, he enters the fortress and demands that the sorceress free Jorinda. She leads him into a massive chamber where dozens of girls, transformed into birds, are locked inside cages. She tells him, "If you can pick the right one, I will release her." Joringel looks around and then notices a bird with nightingale feathers. He remembers Jorinda once picked up a feather just like that in the forest. Without hesitation, he points to the cage and says, "This is Jorinda. The sorceress pauses, then smiles gently and says, "You were right." Honoring her promise, she frees Jorinda. As they step out of the fortress together, Jorinda's pure love brings life back to the flower. Joringel becomes young once again. At that moment, all the girls who were trapped in the fortress return to their true forms and walk joyfully back toward the village. Thus, love and truth triumph once more, and Joringel and Jorinda are finally together.